And welcome to everybody to the quiet storm of Michael and EPZ. No, I'm joking. Hey, yo, what's up? This is part two of our discussion we
What
had in the
did you
last
learn today?
podcast.
What I
What did
learned
you
today?
learn today? What I learned today, what Michael learned today. Oh my gosh. So, like promised, we're gonna talk about this um Anthony Edwards thing. If y'all don't know who Anthony Edwards is, he is a 2000 number one pick for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Um, he was picked during the pandemic. He didn't go through um summer league. He didn't go through preseason. He didn't go through combine workouts. Really, he was just everybody knew he was going to be the first pick. He was just that outstanding in in his way. And recently, some things happened to where he got involved with somebody outside of his relationship with his best friend, um, and had another relationship or another situation to where he got somebody pregnant, and the woman didn't want to get an abortion. He wanted her to get an abortion. She did not want to get one. He said he'll send her the money. He said he sent her the pills. He said he would, look out for her if she did this. He ended up sending her $100,000. Um, she ended up having the child, even though he expressed that he did not want any more children. I think he has like four kids, three of them born in the same year of 2023, and he has one born in 2024. Um, is that four outside of this girl? I'm not sure, 100%. But that's the information so far we have. So, once Michael unmutes himself, I can ask him the question of how is he seeing this perspective of Anthony Edwards not wanting to be a father to this particular child. He also was taken to court for child support. Unmute yourself, Michael. And he he wanted the judge to allow him to pay all 18 years of child support all at once, which equaled up to like a meal, like
One
1.03,
1.8.
1.08. It wasn't even
No,
1.8, $1.08 million for the child and whatever. So, what do you think, Mike? What is this happenstance? What is this? Where is your stance on this, or what do you think about this situation?
I think as a man, you just shouldn't poke nowhere that you don't want to be, honestly. But then, I mean, on the other side of it, I understand why he did it, and especially with her in agreement. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. That it's tough
So,
because of their situation in particular.
okay, so what do you think about he having the means of paying 18 years with child support? It was $1 million. I mean, if we did the math, $1 million divided by 18 years, we can come up with a monthly stipend. It's probably like somewhere around $5,000 a month.
Right. So if you dealing with a woman and you
So,
got her where she can continue to manipulate the system, because I've had friends who couldn't really go to the next step in life because they getting $500 or $700 worth of child support taken from them. Whereas
child
if
support
they
is
was all still
crazy.
together, I mean, but that's kind of still on both sides. You being real, you shouldn't have messed with her, bro. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, what if he's allergic to
why I don't be just
and
jumping in the bed
latex?
with chicks now, especially now at my big age. Like you ain't gonna catch me just jumping in the bed with no chick. Like because I'm already thinking of this. You know what I mean? Like the closer y'all
So
get,
you thinking this is like a one night stand thing they
the
did?
higher the likelihood it is. I mean, no, it might not have been a one night. I don't know, but I just feel
Okay,
like
let's box it up ourselves.
yeah,
Let's say they have been dealing for some months. They went out a couple of times. They end up, you know, doing what they was doing, and you know, everything was copacetic. They still kept talking, this, that, and the other. And then one time they do it some more, and she ends up pregnant. And he tells her, hey, I don't want a baby. I don't want another child. So, get an abortion. She's like, I don't really believe in abortion. Don't you have other kids? And he's like, I don't want any more kids. Um, she says, well, why ain't you wear a condom? And he's like, why ain't you got on birth control? I think she already has kids. Um, so like without having to put blame on one side or the other side, like why is this child having to go through this? Like he's a kid himself. He's only 23 years old. He's a kid himself. Her
True.
being a
That's
38-year
usual.
old woman, um, do you think that blame should have been somewhere?
I feel like they both are at fault because you don't perform that act, and they kids. You know what I mean? So you don't perform that act without understanding that this is what could come of it. Especially if AE got already that many kids that you say he got. Like, bro, you already know. So protect your seed. But bro ain't, you know, he young. So it's just like something get his attention. He probably jumping in. You know what I mean? As opposed to understanding the ramifications of this if it go left. And that's the problem with a lot of people, to be honest.
So basically, he had 4 to 5 partners in one year, different partners in one year where he wasn't using protection. What about that?
That's his fault, especially knowing who he is. Would you do that if you were a WNBA player and you was making the most? You was making the biggest contract out of everybody.
No, of course not. I mean, but if women were to do that, she'd be labeled a 304. She'd be a straight up lady in the street, scarlet letter and everything. But a guy does that, it's triumphant. Bring out the marching band. Why is that? You gonna quit muting me? I know that. I don't know what got you distracted from this cash right now,
Um, um,
but don't make me snap.
um,
I don't like dead air.
and what was the question?
Oh Lord, y'all.
How do I feel about
He had
Anthony?
he had 4 to 5
He got
partners. If a
in
female
one
were to
year.
do that, she would
I
be
mean,
labeled a
okay,
whore.
so hold on.
If a
Is
man
you
does
mad
that,
about?
he's labeled as being the macho man, being the player. He's doing what he can. He out there doing it. He getting his thing. He young. He could drop his this. He's raised up on shoulders. Women are stomped to the ground for having multiple partners. He had at least 4 multiple partners, different partners, in it 1 year. At least. So how is
All right,
that okay?
all right. We know
But
who he is, right? We know who he is,
it
right?
don't matter though. It don't matter though. If a
How
female was
many?
like you
How
said, if a
many? You know
female
how
was in
many
his
women?
position,
You know how many women is ready to throw themselves at Steph Curry? You know how many women is ready to throw
but you
themselves at
just
LeBron
said if it was a
or
woman,
like
would a
a
woman do
Kendrick
that?
or a Drake or like when you in certain types of positions like that, women is like, hey, you already know.
I'm
So
sure.
why would you? So why would you get upset with him? I mean, it's still on him for throwing it
Because
in
he's still
there,
in charge of his own body, isn't he?
especially if he raw dog. Like it's up to you, sir. It's up to her. You know what I mean?
He's
Like, and I was
having unprotected sex with multiple women that are look like they're like Instagram models or have some
probably
kind of infamy. That's why they were noticed in the first place.
So how
Well,
you feel
like
about Nick Cannon?
that, your
How you
excuse for that is
how you feel
he's
about Nick
young.
Cannon?
Like, how is that? How is that okay? He's because he's young. He can go out and spread communal diseases, venereal diseases, bacterial diseases. I mean, like that's okay because he's young.
Todd,
Yes.
how do you feel about Nick Cannon and what he did and might still be doing?
Well, I mean, Mike Cannon is the same situation, but he's not
Nick,
denouncing his
Nick,
child though. He's
Nick
not
Cannon.
just denouncing his child. He's taking care of each and every last one of them. He is, I guess, in all of their lives. He has what 400 children now. So, I mean,
Seriously?
I don't know. I think he's trying to make a triple baker's dozen. I don't know, but he has a lot. But he's
Triple
not.
Baker.
He's not denouncing his kids. He's not saying, I don't want to know this child. I don't want anything to do with him. I'm just out here making babies. I'm out here making babies and doctor's appointments, and I'm out here making, infectious diseases, and that's all my problem. If I bubble up and swell up, it's on me. So how does that in comparison to what Anthony Edwards is doing?
So I don't know. Like
You brought it
honestly,
up.
that's that's on him. That's on him. At the
That's
end
all
of the
you keep
day, like
saying though.
no, no, it's
I
on
need
him because
some.
it's
I
just
need
like, bro,
some. I
if you
told you
didn't,
we going. I wanted your
if no,
perception of
no,
it.
talk,
I don't want
no,
your
no,
one liner
no,
talk
no, no,
about.
no.
Oh, that's on him.
On
He
the
young.
it's on him. If you didn't protect yourself, then you have the potential to have a kid. That's on him. So he need to show up. I'm upset that he won't show up in the child's life because me personally, like not no other man. If I'm sleeping with a chick, I already know like I don't already well probably not for a certain time in my life and during his time. I didn't care, but now I'm not sleeping with nobody where I know that she has the potential to be a mother of a child.
So it's
You know
okay
what I'm
because he's
saying?
young.
He too young. It's not okay. I'm just saying, like when you already know how it is when you young. You off the hinges. He probably just out here bopping like, hey, what up, chick? Bam, 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 bam. And they like, oh, I'm pregnant, and then they pregnant, and then it's just like, oh, so now with girly, he off the, hey, no, I ain't trying to have no more kids because he already got kids on deck.
And requested
But
for
it's
her to
like,
have an abortion.
it's still like, bro, yeah, he did, and she agreed to it and all of that. But it's just
She
like,
said
still,
she
bro,
didn't want
like
one multiple
it
times.
I'm saying though, if you just don't need to be messing with no chick that you don't want to mother your child, if you gonna mess with her on that level, you gonna mess with her on a sexual level. Make sure you want her to potentially be a mother of one of your children, because condoms break too. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
So exactly. So don't even be doing an act with somebody that you don't even. And that's just, a lot of people probably going, a lot of dudes probably going to frown upon it like, man, no, nah, because she got whatever she got on her. She got the asset. So it's provoking you to want to do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, a child could come from it. So you need to be mindful of who you messing with. You know what I'm saying? Plus diseases is going around. So it's just like, what's up? Like you got to be more responsible for where you put your piece,
Okay,
bruh.
so flip it, Michael. Flip it. Say this was Maya Moore. Now what? Hello?
I can't compare that. Maya
How
Moore
come?
is oh nah. You
What
somebody
if
else.
Maya
I ain't
Moore
working.
was out here
Maya Moore is one of one.
sleeping
Go
with
choose.
all these
No,
people?
no. Choose somebody else.
Why?
Because Maya Moore is the total opposite.
But
Uh,
you
I'm not
invested
about to think of
in Maya
Maya
Moore,
Moore.
so
Maya Moore went. She retired to go make sure a man got freed, and then
okay, but we're
lo
not
and
talking about
behold,
any
she's
of that. We're
married to
talking
him.
about what
I'm
if
not
it
Maya
was
Moore.
her going
Let me
around
see.
here sleeping with all these men and she's
Trishina.
getting
If it was Trishina out
abortions.
here,
She's getting abortion after abortion, and these men are like, why are you killing my child? and she's like, I don't want no kids. Da, 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 da. We just out there having fun, and you took it too far. You know, the condom broke, or you know, you didn't wear one, or da 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 da. I just want to have fun, and you know, I'm young, and I just want to do what I want to do, but I'm not trying to have no kids.
I
Then what?
mean, but it's her body. It's her body, right? Like I understand the her body movement. Like if you don't want a kid, you don't want a kid.
Okay, then
If she don't want a
ends
kid,
up
she's in
having
a
a
place of
with having
prominence,
one of
and
them.
she, especially with the WNBA, because okay, since you want to put Maya Moore in there, in the WNBA, when they have a kid, of course they're out of play, and more than likely you're probably losing pay. You know what I mean? So in that case, like nah, because you suspended for the season, and
She's suspended.
you know what I mean? Like yes, you're
Why is she
suspended
suspended?
because you can't play.
Well, what if don't nobody know until she's like starts to show? If she's not
I'm,
showing,
I mean, I think Skylar Diggins did that, but still, like it don't matter.
what do you
Like
mean?
if you once they find out that you are and you do too, you are out. And I don't know if they get paid for that time. I don't think they do.
That's crazy.
And if she decides, oh, I don't want to go through with the pregnancy because blah 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 blah, it ain't even got to be the contract. It ain't got to be suspension. It's just what she choose. Like, how can you stop that? Like, as a woman, how can you stop me as a man going to cheat on you? As a woman, how can you stop me going to beat up somebody? Or how can you stop me from going to work? Like, it's some stuff is individual. And in this case, with you flipping it to the woman's side and then putting Maya Moore of all people
I
on
love
that.
Maya Moore. No disrespect,
Nah,
but
right, and I don't know
I
why
knew
you
you
would
would
put
have
her
an
on something
opinion
like this
about
when
her.
she she don't deserve to be used as an example for especially for what she's done. She's done
I
something that
get
her
that part, but
community,
I'm taking all that
yeah,
away. I'm
like
talking about
yeah,
when she's 23 years old. She just got
okay,
drafted
okay. So
into the
if
league,
she don't want to have a baby, then so what?
and
What
she
I got to say
she's
about
out
that?
here sleeping with all these men.
For one, I can't have a baby, so I don't know what to say about. Oh, don't have one or have one. I don't know what to say about
But she's taking these Plan B pills, and now all the men are complaining about like I know she was pregnant by me, blah 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 blah. And she's killing my babies, blah blah blah. And she slips up one time and doesn't know she's really pregnant, so now she really can't have an abortion because she's too far along, and she has this child, and the guy is like, give me custody of my baby, and she's like, no, I don't want to be responsible for a baby. Here, take the baby, and I don't want nothing to do with it, and I want to go back to play basketball. Then what? What then? Hello. Oh, he working my nerves, y'all.
that. No, I'm just sitting up here thinking like
You're not thinking. You
it's
trying to figure
it's
out what I just said because you didn't
it's
hear nothing I said.
no, it's no answer to any of that because
That's why
that's where
this
things
podcast is
that's where
unedited.
things that's where things differentiate from men to women because y'all got the ability. He, she, and he, he and his girl, or whatever she was. She might have been that one night, like you said. Agreed to, oh yeah, I don't want a baby, blah 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 blah. What did she do, Chop? She still went and did whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah, she did.
So at some point, this don't like it's a lot of maybe that's something that need to be revealed, like for real. I just got done having this type of conversation where I said a lot of times in relationships, women are the decision makers. 80% of the divorces are what? Women. Like y'all be like, oh yeah, no, no, nope, I'm done with this. Or yeah, no, 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 I'm keeping the kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we don't have no control over that. We got to deal with the ramifications or whatever. So, with that being said, and understanding that, like at the end of the day, Anthony Edwards should have never messed with her for real. Why put yourself on the line? If you don't want to have a kid with her, why you messing with her anyway? But
What if she
that's
had a
a
plan that was
whole
her plan the
nother
whole time?
conversation.
What
That's
if
a
her
whole
plan the
nother.
whole time was to get him to get her pregnant so she can take his money? Then what?
So if her plan was that the whole time, as a man, me understanding that that's potential, like in women,
Entrapment.
like oh, if you, yeah, exactly, if you one of the men that's on that level, you already know what world we live in. So why are you messing with her like that on that level? It like we need to start thinking like, okay, I'm about to mess with her, so um, she might do this. Am I cool with that? Am I cool with who she is and this and that? Do I think she capable of being a mom potentially if we have a kid? Do I think that she like hey, that's a good question. Like it's just it's a level of upping that need to be had. It's a level because you can't just be doing it just to do it. And then if you do, you end up setting your life back or you end up messing your life up. And that go for both sides. You know what I mean?
So him relinquishing his rights to this child, paying a year of child support, or 18 years of this kid's child support, like, and not wanting anything to do with this child, saying that he doesn't want anything to do. He don't want to know if the kid is dead or alive. What does that? What does that do for you?
I mean, I ain't doing it, but
Not personal, it's
that
general.
that might be how he feel, and that's circumstantial, and that's based on him. Like he already got how many baby mamas you said? Three,
Oh, oh.
four. He already got four baby mamas, so he already going through the baby mama drama. So why, as a man, would he want to add to the baby mama drama? But also, if you smart enough and you already got four baby mamas, why you messing with her? You know what I mean? Why you messing with her in that capacity instead of moving with intention, like to be like, hey, I'm trying to make this that. You know what I mean? Like this the end game, this the role. Like it's you and me. Or if you messing with her just on some fling, y'all like each other stuff. I mean, but even if you strap up and then you the kind of break or something, like man, you just shouldn't be messing with her. My knowledge now, for whoever listening, like I ain't no kid. I'm not in my 20s. I'm gonna be on my 30s real soon. So I'm saying this from a level of understanding and knowing that certain things can be uh like a roadblock in your life or a wall for a while. So don't do things that you know had the ramifications of 10, 20, 30 years and just wait. And mainly, that's really the main thing. I can't think of nothing else that got ramifications like that. Like, bro, all the fellas, stop throwing, stop throwing anywhere. Make sure you messing with somebody that's worth a damn,
Everything they got.
that got something like it's. We can have a whole nother conversation about this, but it's just, hey, Anthony Edwards was just out here. He who he is. He Anthony Edwards. He on the highlight reel. And she like, hey, and then he went and smashed. You know what I mean? So
So when this kid grows up, he's gonna know that Anthony Edwards is his dad. And let's say
of course,
and let's say in 15 years he grows up, his dad is probably gonna be at the pinnacle of his career, and he's gonna see all this fanfare about him, and he's gonna wonder, why didn't my dad want to be in my life? Like, bump my mom. He didn't even try to get to know me at all. So the decision that he made as an adult to have sex with his mother was also the adult decision he made, a conscious decision to not want nothing to do with the kid. Where does that go? How do you as a 15-year-old kid wrap your mind around, like, dang, what did I do? I didn't even ask to be here. And this guy didn't want nothing to do with me whatsoever. I wrote him when I was 5, wrote him when I was 6, been writing him letters, sending him birthday cards, and he doesn't want to respond to me at all. What did I do to him? But he's raising all his other kids by his
is
all
he?
his other baby mamas. So why he couldn't
So
raise?
maybe it was her. Maybe it was her.
Because it said in the text message they were writing back and forth to each other that after he sent her that $100,000, she was like, listen, can we talk? And he said, no, bump you in a profane way. And she said, well, why are you acting like that? Like, I did what you asked me to do, and now you don't want to
Mm.
talk to me. He's like, talk to my lawyer. So, like, something had to go wrong with them. Something had to go down with him. They were saying something like she was harassing his teammates or whatever. But he made a grown man's decision to do what he did, and now he dealing with this woman that is in an emotional state, pregnant with his child, and he already made this decision. I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, what? How does that decision? How can you come to that decision when the child has nothing to do with the situation?
I don't know. It's something between them.
But what does that got to do with the baby though?
I don't know that. I don't. I don't know, Chuck. It's hard
Like, put
because
yourself in his shoes.
I can't
What would
though.
make you say do something like
Can't.
that?
I can't really put
You
my.
got
What would
hundreds
make
of
me
millions
say
of
something
dollars.
like that is I don't rock with her,
You
and
got
that's
hundreds
it.
of millions of
No
dollars.
other explanation other than I don't rock with her. Like it could have been after the deed was done. You know what I mean? And then she just offered this and that or whatever, or she say something that she don't. Women do it all the time. Like a man would be like, "Oh, this and this and that," and they'd be like, "Oh, red flag. Oh yeah, nope, he's not the one." Like that type of thing. It could have been him. Like, "Oh yeah, no, she ain't this because of that." Because I mean,
Okay,
a
but what does
lot of
that have
these
to do with the
men.
child though?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I can't
Would you
answer
just
your
write the
question.
baby off like that, or would you try
No,
to file for custody?
no, me. I already told you. Me personally, I don't. So that's just me though. That's not him. So I can't answer that. I can't really answer that.
I mean,
I I,
I think it's terrible that
I stay to Michigan for my daughter specifically. Like I had opportunities to really be in like on 4 or 5 levels higher than where I'm at now. But instead of choosing to do that abroad, I chose to stay with my daughter. I don't know what Anthony Edwards is thinking. That's him. You know what I mean? And I can't really speak to it. I can't.
hmm.
Like, but I don't like the fact that that means that it's another kid that's gonna be in a black community that don't got their dad. I don't like that part. But as far as individually, that's just him. That's on him. And I don't think he's gonna be away. If he already taking care of his other kids, he gonna be in his other kids' life too. Like trust. You know what I mean? Like everything on the forefront look like what it looked like. But when she had that baby, yeah, he probably just tried to take the baby from her. For real. If anything. It's like, oh, I got the option of, oh yeah, let me get custody. So it's not an ending story, at least for 18 years. You out of there? You gone? She must have got a call.
I mean,
So y'all, oh, I'm about to say you got a
I
call.
just feel some kind of way about this kid. That yeah, his mom got a win, a little bit of bread. I mean, $1 million isn't a little bit of bread. $1 million is a nice chunk of cheese to raise a child, but um,
For real.
hopefully she's a good money manager. Hopefully that this money will provide for him for the next 18 years. I think it's a boy. I'm not saying sure why I keep on saying him, but um, yeah, I don't know. I just think that's just weird.
But Mill will put me in position to invest in something that's gonna keep me at that level. And I know, you know, I don't know how many women think outside of that, like, oh, but this, on top of what they want. They want a nice house, they want a nice car. The car they really probably want is in the hundreds of thousands The house is gonna be in the hundreds of thousands, if not the millions. So
Man, if I
mortgage.
had $1 million,
And
I'm not getting a big old dang on house.
no, I'm not either. If I get $1 million, I'm gonna be still living the way I live. I'm just
I'm
gonna
gonna live
invest it.
I'm gonna live good, but I'm gonna be
I'm
able
gonna
to.
do the
I want
investment
that
things
money
I
to
want to do.
stretch as
Yeah,
far as
but
it can go. I heard
that's
somebody
us.
say put that million
That's
dollars
us.
in an investment in some type of mutual fund
Yeah,
where live out the
yeah,
interest.
yeah.
Um,
Exactly. You get
so
dividends off that,
yeah,
and
get
then
dividends off that
you
and
pay
live off of
forever.
that because it's
Imagine you
gonna
put a bill on
compound. It's
that.
gonna grow compoundly, and
Yeah.
it's gonna build
So imagine
interest
you
on
put a bill
itself.
on
So
that. It's like getting paid from a job, but you're getting paid a whole lot of money. You know what I
right.
mean? Off a
So
meal, like yeah. And it's just like how many women is out here doing that though, or how many? You know what I mean? Like all this conversation is very circumstantial because there's a lot of things that gotta come to the forefront for us to understand to be able to really speak to it for real. Like because I can't get on Anthony Edwards' page. He already been taking care of his other kids. I think he will take care of this one as well. He gonna be present. I would never leave my daughter. You know what I mean? That's just me, and that don't mean that's nobody else. But as far as just the surface level of it, like oh, I don't want a baby. Okay, yeah, all right, here go the money. Okay, okay. They both agreed. I ain't nowadays like I have had my time though. You know what I mean? So I can't criticize. That's being a hypocrite. But I had my days, and to I don't
okay.
know for me to have went where it went alternately. I'm not gonna say that I would have been mad or I would have been like no, or I would have that would have just changed the whole trajectory of life for me. But he in a position where he got bread, he could do whatever he want to do. He rich, you know what I mean? So I can't speak to that for real. Like, but on a personal level, if it's I don't really rock with you, then I understand that. Like, oh yeah, we smashed this and that. Oh, boom, we got in an argument. You said this stuff, and then you said some stuff supporting it that's all the way over there, and I don't really rock with that. And then I'm over here, and this is how I feel about something. Like, he like, oh, so that's her perspective on life, or that's her. Like, we don't know. That's interpersonal. You know what I mean? Like, we can't dig
Hmm.
into that. That's what I think it is. 'Cause I don't know when this is the first time we having this type of conversation. Like, when have we had a conversation about a man saying, "Hey, no, I'm paid it up front. Nope, I don't want the baby. Nope, I don't." Like, as far as athletes,
Not zero. I can't
so
think
it's
of
just
one.
him. You know what I mean? So I can't speak to it. It's just him.
It is just him. I mean, I know he's trying to get in the record books, but I think this one is a doozy of a one. Because I think that he's gonna grow to regret it in some years. He's mad at the mom, having issues or whatever, and his child gonna grow up without him, without his knowledge and his care and all this that and other. And I think it's gonna come back to bite him.
Hmm. Come back to bite him, even after that max contract. Yeah, I think that's why he's doing it. He don't want that to be able to dip into his max contract money for real. Because it's just like, oh, couple mil, whatever. When I'm about to get 60 a year, like, what is that? That's
Gee,
a super fraction. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, on that standpoint, as a man too, I understand that. Like, I don't want her on my money and trying to come at me randomly, like, oh, yeah, so child support court, he makes this much now. So, no, just pay her off now. No, I'm being for real. Like, cause I know friends who went from working a lower job and then as soon as they got a higher job and they was good, their girls got mad at them and was off the, I'm gonna get at you. Then all of a sudden it's damn near like 700 come out for one, 700 for one.
a
And
hundred for
it's
one.
700 for one. And it's just like, so how is the man able to progress his life if he's inhibited by this financial burden? Whereas if he was probably there with the kid, it's not that wouldn't exist. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
maybe 200 for like food and just making sure the baby got stuff, and if even that. But it's just like nah, like it could be a burden. It can. So on that level, I understand. But at the same time, bro, like like I said, I'm grown. Don't just throw it in anybody. Like be mindful. Take your time with who you with, especially with you at the. At, she know he Anthony Edwards. You know what I mean? Like if I'm
Yeah.
an athlete, like we NDAing, we doing all that. I might just get my damn tools tied for a minute. You can get them untied. Why not? I believe so. Just
Yeah.
gone and
Nah.
yeah,
I
like
bet.
it's just like nah. That's it's very situational and circumstantial. It is. It is situational.
Okay. Ooh, that was a heated discussion, y'all. That was a little bit of air, a little bit of opinions, a lot of bit of attitude. Um, to conclude it, I just want to say, like Mike said, don't knock on them doors that you really don't want open.
Yep.
Don't get into something that is going to put you in a situation to where you got to make these hard life altering decisions. Like Mike said in the other video, his mom told him stay in a kid's place.
Yeah.
He's an adult, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's mature enough to be an adult. He's 23 years old. He has hundreds of millions of dollars. He plays video games and basketball
And he
24
came into the
7.
NBA at like 20 with millions. So think
Millions.
about that. A man millionaire at 20.
Millions.
We fooling. We out here fooling. Trust.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm still recording. I'm just saying, like, boy, that's some heavy stuff. For the woman, um, I mean, he's legal. You can go after whoever you like to go after, but you as well to not protect yourself from a man that you asked him flat out, do you have kids or do you have one on the way? And he said both. So I mean, you knew that he was out here dropping them you know, like cinder blocks. So you put yourself in a situation that you may hope to be in, but you can't be mad at him for making the decision that he made for his life because you made the decision, like Michael said, for your life. You chose to say, you know what, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do that. Or I want to get with you, I want to do this. I may not be bothering you, I may not want to be in a relationship with you. What kind of society are we living in? To where, yeah, I'll take in all
Like,
that you have, but I'm not willing to take what you
I
have to
mean, I,
give me.
I could be in, I could be in a relationship for 2 years, and all of a sudden hear somebody or hear her say she's talking to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because damage has been inflicted, things have been changed. I'm not the same, and instead of her understanding what got me there, which had her to deal with it, it's like, oh, you not this. So it's like, is she still seeking what that was? So she
I
gonna
mean,
decide. And then all of a sudden, I got to deal with, oh, it's another dude on deck. You know what I mean? So I backed out. I'm like, no, you good. Go ahead.
that's what we learned
Like,
today, y'all.
like that's just life. Life is just what we learned today is individual people are going to make decisions based on what benefits them the most,
Hmm.
not you.
That part.
So make decisions unless you're married and it's mutual. Make decisions that's gonna be best for you.
It ain't gonna affect other people. Simple
Yeah,
as that.
it
Thanks
won't
for joining
affect
us
us.
this episode, y'all. Let's keep it 100 and unedited. Peace.
100
100.